All right, we're going to go ahead and call the May Planning Commission meeting to order. We'll go ahead and, I guess we can go ahead and approve the, or we can do the attendance first. You want to do the roll call? Go ahead.
Linda Miller.
Here.
John Jackman here. Jesse Coffin.
Out.
Sarah Bonfy. Shirley Hatley.
Out.
Luke Russellville. John Cho. Larry Smith. Cody Black. Here. Eric Westcott.
Yes, sir.
We do have a quorum. All right. Okay. All right. We got the minutes from the previous meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve those from last month. Okay, we have a motion. Motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes from last month. All those in favor acknowledge by saying aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carried. Okay. All right. Sarah, we have a presentation from the homeschool group here. You want to tell us about it?
Yes, absolutely. So we're so blessed to have the homeschool group here in the Russellville area with us. Staff met with them at the beginning of the year to talk about planning and what we do in our office. And when you think about a community, what you do, how do you coordinate roads and where buildings are. And so they're here to do a little presentation and show you all what they put together this year. And at first, I'm just going to go over just briefly what we do as the Planning Commission. So they review applications in relation to the Russellville Zoning Code and the Land Subdivision and Development Code. That oversee the Long Range Planning Committee and make recommendations on long-range visionary comprehensive plans. This Planning Commission is the decision authority for preliminary and final subdivision plats, large-scale developments, variances from the Land Subdivision and Development Code, special use permits, and new cell tower use permits. As city staff, we review the code, we write staff reports, and give recommendations to the commission, and they either approve with conditions, ask the applicant to review and resubmit with corrections, or deny an application. And then the Planning Commission on other applications such as rezone petitions, vacations of right-of-way, service agreements for water or sewer that are for properties outside of city limits, and annexation requests by property owners. The Planning Commission reviews those and makes recommendations to the City Council for their decision on those type of applications. So that's what the Planning Commission does. And with that, I will let Emily come up and share a little bit about what they did this year as the homeschool group.
So my name is Emily Neely, and I am one of two homeschool outreach programmers at the Polk County Library System. My buddy is Brandy McClure. She this year has worked with the teens, and I have worked with the littles and the tweens. What we have done is we chose our theme for the year as building a community, and we really wanted to spend time not only talking about the community that we have here, but helping the homeschool families find a tribe or a community in Pope County. Our numbers of homeschoolers are growing quite rapidly, and they don't always have the same resources that you might find in the public school system, and so we try to be available to help them find maybe curriculum that they're looking for, or ideas to go along with the things that they're doing, and also just offer them a space where they can come and meet other families to begin to form that tribe. And I would say that on a regular basis, anywhere in a month, we may have 60 families come. We have had 4 large events in the year, and our numbers have gone all the way up to about 390. So we're growing quite rapidly. This is the second year that we've done that, and this year we added something special. We did a combination of 2 times a month we had guest speakers from the city, whether it be from the government side or business side. We had them come in and talk to the kids about what they do within the community. We also included Lattimore House and Potts Inn and the Parks and Rec to just give us a feel of all of the kinds of things that we have to offer. A lot of our families are new to the area, so some of them are not even familiar with what we have here. So we've tried to incorporate people that can come in and introduce us to what's happening and the events that we've got, and also to help the business owners and the people around become aware of the large group of homeschool families that we have, because typically our homeschool families are not only just dug in homeschooling during the day, but they do a lot of volunteering in the community. So it was just a nice opportunity for everyone to get to know each other. So with that, I will talk about this project. So after Ms. John Dole came and visited with us, we brainstormed all of the kinds of things that these little friends would like to see in a community if they had one. And so we did a huge 3-page list of all the things that they might want, and then we gave each child an opportunity to select something off of the list that they would begin building. We've spent from September through April building. And so you can see we started with the format of the ground. We decided where we wanted our roads, our trains, sidewalks, and then we built up from there. So it's a multi-level experience, and you can even see that we have people on the board too. So with that, I would like my little friends that helped build to come up and try to keep your hands off the table so it doesn't shake. My little friends that built, you guys come up to the Planning Commission. You can come up around the board. Yeah, come on, buddy. And what I would like to do is give you guys an opportunity to ask questions, and maybe the person who built the building that you're looking at or you want to know more about is here, but I'd like for the kids to be able to offer you some information about the building. So I'm going to move out of here, and we're going to kind of come around to the building. The board.
You guys did such a great job on that. Really did. Guys, give it up.
So first, before they ask questions, would any of you like to talk about something that you learned about this project that you really liked? I liked my birthday. You liked your birthday. You liked your birthday. Yes. Yes, it's very, very nice.
That's not Vivo? Hey, we appreciate you guys coming in, and as they are cleaning up or whatever, we're gonna go ahead and try to move on through the agenda. Okay, we have we'll give it a minute. All right, guys, we appreciate appreciate that presentation, and that's amazing. That's a very unexpected gift that we had to get to be a part of there, and it's great to see what our community is doing. So, anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on to item number 2, the special use permit located on 1409 South Knoxville, submitted by Victor Belchor. Is that right? And Victoria, you have a staff report on that, please?
Yes, sir. Oh. Melchor, I believe, is correct. Yes. So this is a special use permit, as stated, at 1409 South Knoxville Avenue. It's a special use permit for an auto sales lot. Existing conditions: this property includes a building that was recently, that has recently become a car lot. The building was previously utilized as the carpenter training facility, so some of you may know it as that location. The applicant was not aware that the business required a special use permit when they began business activities at the property. The property is located adjacent to an auto body shop, a veterinary clinic, miscellaneous retail stores, and a mini storage facility. The property and all surrounding properties are zoned C2 highway commercial. In our review, the applicant is not proposing any real changes to the site. The building is not undergoing any changes that would trigger things such as commercial building design, sidewalks, or landscaping. The applicant is proposing to add one ADA spot, and they are proposing that all their parking be hard surface parking. Article 6.1.15 addresses parking for non-residential uses. The applicant has not yet completed their parking analysis, but they will complete that prior to their business license issuance, so that we can confirm that adequate parking is on the site. In our preliminary review, it does appear that they will have adequate parking. Article 6.7.12 addresses screening for vehicle storage areas. The applicant's inventory storage area is currently gravel, which does require screening. Upon finding that out, the applicant has already screened that area. They have provided a mesh screening on the existing fence to hide that gravel area from public view. With all that stated, staff does recommend approval of this special use permit with the following conditions. Prior to business permit issue or business license issuance, the applicant shall stripe their proposed parking, and the applicant shall complete a parking analysis. This is as a result of the findings that the applicant demonstrates compliance with the regulations within Article 2.10 in the Russellville zoning code, and the proposed use is in line with the adjacent uses in the district, and current traffic routes are constructed in such a way to handle traffic from the business. That is my staff report. Do we have any questions?
Thank you, Victoria. Commissioners, any questions at all? Any comment? What is your pleasure? Okay, we have a motion to approve. We have a motion and a second to approve the special use permit request. All those in favor acknowledge by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carried. All right. All right, item number 3. Vacation of right-of-way located at 1140 through 1144 East Gum Street, submitted by Barrett and Associates on behalf of Tard Barnett. Sarah, you got a staff report?
Yes, and I do want to just say thank you, first of all, for allowing the homeschool group to come in and present. I know that's not typical, so thank you for that. And thank you for your patience with that, Mr. Garza. That was a great project that they worked on. So this is a vacation of right-of-way for, it's Ray Lee Jr.'s 4th edition is where the right-of-way was dedicated. It's also known as Magnolia Ridge. And as you'll see, the highlighted area on the lower section is the vacation of right-of-way that we're proposing. And then the plat to the right would be what remains once that right-of-way is vacated. The existing conditions is that it is currently being developed as 2 single-family homes. They were able to show how they could lay them out on the properties, meet the setback requirements of the new lots, and stay out of the existing right-of-way. So we did go ahead and issue permits to allow them to start construction. The property is zoned R2S medium density residential. Properties east and west are zoned R1, south are R2S, and north are properties located within the county. This is primarily a mixed residential community with single-family and duplex dwellings in the area. As with all vacations of right-of-way, there are 3 things to consider. First one is, what is the impact of the proposed vacation upon the public trust functions of the right-of-way? Does the vacation impair circulation, access, utilities, open space, and/or views? No. This proposal seeks to vacate a right-of-way that was platted in the 90s, replatted in 2007 without vacating the right-of-way, but was never opened. So it's unopened right-of-way. It's just platted on a map, but not actually opened in the field. With the right-of-way never being opened, the new building permits that staff have granted, we talked through the process and recommended that they go through this vacation to clear anything up in the future. Easements are being retained as requested for the water line, the sewer line, and the overhead power lines. What are the land use impacts regarding the vacation of right-of-way? The property owner has development rights over this portion of the property, which allows them to replat the property and construct those 2 single-family homes that are currently under construction. And the public benefit received by vacating the right-of-way is that the property is returned to the adjacent property owners and therefore transferring all of the maintenance responsibilities to them. So it is staff's recommendation that you would forward this to City Council with a recommendation of approval to vacate both of the 50-foot right-of-ways for Mountain View Street and East First Street as identified in the application and on the Magnolia Ridge right-of-way closure map that was on the first page of this presentation. As a result of the findings that there's not an impact to the public trust, land use impacts, and no adverse impact to the public benefit, the easements for electric transmission line, water line, and sewer lines are being retained, and no objection received at the time of the report by any other company. Are there any questions?
Thank you, Sarah. Dave, I'm sure you have something to add.
Yes. So we hope to get approval to start the design on the Chipotle and the new Hardee's. So the young man that built the McDonald's and CC's, if you could get me his contact information, that would be great.
All over it. Oh, somebody's job is in jeopardy. His job's in jeopardy. Did they sing a song about that back in the 80s? Okay, all right. Let's get serious here, guys. All right, commissioners, you got any questions for Sarah or Dave or the kid that made the restaurant out here? Walk out.
So this is just a formality since the permits have already been granted?
It is a formality, except the permits that we did grant are outside of the right-of-way and still meet the setback requirements.
I would make a motion to approve application easement.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve,
Who seconded
Smith. Yep, you did, okay, yeah. All right, we have a motion and a second to approve this request as presented. All those in favor acknowledge by saying aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carried. Sarah, are we done? All right, we are adjourned. What? Do what?